What have you built? I think Von got the wrong message when they said build a ship. War is upon us. War is upon us, Zach. Is it? No, you got 3 minutes, Denman. 3 minutes. Come on. Is it elevator music being played over the server? Where's it coming from? I do believe it's Zulu. Are we dancing, Zulu? Are you dancing? With the ship? Is this your elevator music? What's going on? I can't show this on YouTube. Granddad Gamer, I can't show this on YouTube. Yeah, my notes are telling me that the one in the middle there is the dildo Saggins. We've got the Hamsterberg. Let's go check out the Hamsterberg, piloted by our very own Hamsterstone here in Sky Nation. Just in case there was any confusion as to who this ship belonged to, Hamster has made sure to broadcast his profile picture wide and far. We're going to go check out the Amagi, which is the flagship of the attacking fleet, piloted by Jarvi. Pushing Jarvi into the ocean now. So hopefully we can get some revenge on Valiant, who has brought Typhoon back to the battle for the second time. Valiant and Typhoon did manage to take out Jarvi and Pomern last time to the bottom of the ocean, and this time Jarvi has responded with, quite frankly, what looks like a handgun in ship form. Okay, and we're off. Amagi is heading straight over. We're following with Hamsterberg and Hamsterstone. The rest of the ships are still holding place in orbit. We're moving, asks Zulu. We're moving, confirms Jarvi, as the Amagi closes in on the Blue Sun space station. We've got 50 kilometers to cover. Hopefully the defenders manage to come out and sally out, taking a few of the bullets before we reach the space station. We're going to go and have a look at it to see what the attackers are going to be coming up upon. It is a meteorite base as far as I'm aware. We're going to speed this up, have a look, see if we can get any eyes on the defending ships. We've got Valiant and Typhoon again. We've got Denman, who has returned with the doorstop. I do want to get a closer look at it once everything's finished loading in. Let's go and have a look at the attacking ships. The defending ships. The doorstop has returned, looking mean in space. What if the entire ship was a gun? That is a very good question that has been posed. Valiant and Typhoon. This is a very familiar looking ship. The last time we saw it, it was suplexing a warship to the bottom of the ocean, but looks to be a little better for wear out here in space. We've also got another ship that is not broadcasting at the moment, so I don't know whose it belongs to. We've got... What have you built? I think Von got the wrong message when they said build a ship. That's a ship fleet. That's a ship fleet. Okay, raise the sails. Go on, Biscuit. I don't know. You know what? Just go for it. Where are our attackers coming in? They're closing in now. We've still got about 30-40 kilometers between the two. We should start seeing some engagements before long with some of their longer range weapons. We've got Crazy over here, currently piloting the Space's Destiny. Let's have a look at this ship. That's a beautiful little ship, Crazy. Fresh joined to the server only about a week ago. Crazy has come to the event with a very can-do attitude, having built a ship. The rest of the defenders are sticking very, very close to the space station. We could have some very high-intensity battles coming up here. We're going to see how the sim speed goes for that one. Hopefully, everything holds in all right. They are currently still just hanging out there. I wonder if there's a little bit of comms going on right now. I can't get over those ships. They are actually... Oh my gosh. Jarvi is demanding them to send out their pirates, which I do believe is Biscuit and Von. Could they be anything else? Give them the broadside. I do believe Von and Biscuit are answering the call. Von has changed his broadcasting signal to "Where are you, hamster?" That is a direct challenge to the Hamsterberg. Von is... I can't. Let's see how he goes. Is he being left behind by Biscuit? No, liability is closing in as well. Off goes the Where Are You Hamster, a direct challenge to the Hamsterberg. I will send out the wallpaper to those who want it. Von's just flying into the sun and hoping that Hamster actually meets him halfway. Hamster is just going to let him fly into the friendly signals. Hopefully Zulu's got the message here. He's 6 kilometers out right now. The Hamsterberg is also closing it with 4 kilometers. Here we go. This first fire exchanged. Von is taking it out. That's a very well-equipped little sea ship there. I don't know where Biscuit and Liability are right now, but they're closing. And Von's taking evasive maneuvers. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Let's get real close in here now. Von's just going to... Are we going ramming speed with Von? Nope, they've just managed to scoot past. Look at this beautiful engagement here as the two twirl around each other. Biscuit also drawing some fire on the other side of the engagement here. Both of the sail ships taking on the Hamsterberg. How do I commentate this? How do I commentate this? The giant hamster on the side of the ship is passing judgment on the sail ships as they fly by, trading fire. Hopefully they're not going too close to the other defender, to the other attackers. Zulu's also getting involved. Von not expecting it, just out here in the middle of enemy territory. The rest of the defenders left behind. Von taking it underneath. That's not what I meant to say. Von's shields are down if he ever had them. Zulu's getting involved. I don't know who's going to win this one. Hamsterberg is doing quite well against Biscuit, Liability, and Von, and I'm just going to call it the sail ship because it's called the Where Are You Hamster, and unfortunately, Von, I think you found him. It is being torn to pieces right now. The Hamsterberg has also taken some heavy fire here. Liability cruising around. We've got some big explosions from the Where Are You Hamster. We've lost it. We've lost the sail. We've lost a sail. Von is rudderless in space. He now just has a cork flying through the space. He does not seem to have any weaponry left. Is just taking the full fire of the Hamsterberg, who's also dishing it out to Red Biscuiteer's Liability, not even thinking twice about it. Zulu's just chucking in a couple of friendly handballs from time to time. You know what? Greg's also getting involved because why not? The Hamsterberg is terrifying right now, eating a lot of enemy fire there, but also dishing out quite a few as well. And Von is still in the game, maybe, kind of. Is he passing any kind of fire back? He's losing blocks. He's losing blocks. He's going to have to be hanging onto his seat, or he's going to be forcibly ejected from the pirate ship. Cue Johnny Depp yelling, "Stop blowing holes in my ship." However, the ship is now more holes than ship. We've got some other fire being traded here from Biscuiteer. Everyone else is just standing by. There's just bits of Von flying everywhere. If there was gravity, he would be going down. Unfortunately, he just seems to be heading in a downwards motion. Technically, we can't say that he's sinking because we're in space. Biscuit has done a very, very wise thing and stayed away from the unrelenting rain of Hamsterberg's fire just going on here. Von has been ejected. Von has been ejected. Stop, he's already dead. Chats are yelling. Hamsterstone, no regrets at all. I don't know what Von's backup plan here. I also don't know which part of detritus is Von himself, because I don't believe he is how it started, how it's going. And Von returns to the Earth. A big round of applause in chat for the little sail ship that couldn't. Red Biscuiteer, however, is living it up, fighting for his fallen comrade, taking out the enemy fire from the Hamsterberg. The others are just hanging out off course. It seems to be a bit of a truce of honor here. The other attackers are not heading towards the base as this little PvP occurs right in front of us. I don't know if it's made out of, I don't know what it's made out of. I don't know what it's made. It could potentially be falling up. I don't know, and I don't care to find out because I will borf on stream and I don't want to. Biscuit is also, again, taking quite a bit of damage from the Hamsterberg, which seems to be holding up okay. Doesn't seem to be returning as much fire, only seems to be mitigating some of the damage incoming from this ship, which is still looking just a-okay. I can't with the little hamster on the side. I can't with the little hamster on the side. Well done, Von. Well done. We're all very proud of you. That was extremely amusing. Biscuit is fighting for the two of you. I don't know what your backup plan is. Hamster is a monster, yells chat. Hamster doesn't care. Hamster has priorities. And it is taking out the last sail ship. Biscuit is also... I don't think that can be counted as a ship anymore. Stop, Hamster, stop. He's already dead. He's gone. He's gone. He's drifting into the sun, which quite honestly is a kinder fate than going up against the Hamsterberg. Scooty Puff is moving in closer now with Nemesis. I had to double check my notes because Scooty Puff originally tried to name his ship something very different. And I've had to check my notes this close to the event. Okay, let's have a look at how everyone's doing. Well done, Hamsterberg. Well done, Hamsterberg. I know we've got a backup ship for you, but I don't think it's going to be required. You and your hamster returning to the Blue Sun space station with barely a scratch. And Hamster's like, you know what? No, you know what? I think I'm going to stay out here and meet the attackers halfway. Zulu is 7.64 kilometers out that way. Jarvi has also taken advantage of the little scrap here to get quite a bit of distance out. If I was them, I'd be moving around to kind of overwhelm the defenses. We're going to be making use of the space here that we couldn't do on the Earth base last time. We've got so many directions that we could be fighting from that they're going to need to be defending from, and it's going to be really interesting to see them make use of that. And it looks like the attackers do have some comms going on. They are very evenly spread out, and it's going to be interesting to see who does what. Scooty Puff is having a go at something. Looks like bits of Biscuit's ship. That would be liability is living up to its name and drifting into the sun. Denman and Valiant have taken up either side of the meteor base. Here we've got Billy underneath. Von and Biscuit have teamed up again. Hamster says, I honestly didn't expect to do that well versus you guys. Hamster took a blimp to a sailboat fight and somehow came out on top. Very impressive. Valiant looking very mean. Wondering if Valiant has picked up a target or just settling back on the base. Menacing as. Menacing. Look at that. That is a stunning shot. Valiant and Typhoon once again reunited and now firing at Scooty Puff. Scooty Puff just eating all of the defensive fire here. Scooty Puff, you gotta get out of there. You ain't gonna be redeeming shit. Sorry, that's the Nemesis. That is the Nemesis. My apologies. I'm getting the ship names mixed up already. And I actually have a cheat sheet this time. Scooty Puff is just absolutely getting blasted. I'm not seeing any shields coming up to eat any of that. That's a massive salvo. Who's going after what? We don't know. Scooty Puff maybe just drawing fire away from the other side of the base. Have we got any other attackers? We've got Zulu closing in on the other side of the base. Also splitting fire. That's a big explosion from Nemesis there. Scooty Puff's gonna be feeling a little nervous right now. Probably trying to get out of range. Let's go and have a suss at what's happening with Zulu and Redeemer over here. This is the ship that I keep getting mixed up with. A very, very beautiful ship who's also eating quite a lot of fire now from the base itself, I think. They have to destroy this asteroid and they can't get close to it. They've got 2 hours. We've got an hour and 45 minutes left and the attackers are doing their best. We've got Redeemer hanging out here, a very mean, menacing ship which can hopefully take a little bit of heat because that's what it needs to do right now. It's also returning fire as well. We've also got Jarvi pulling in on the other side of the base. This does look like a coordinated attack as Hamster also returns. Scooty Puff as well. Lord Greg has ducked in from the other side, also providing support. Lord Greg is flying in the UNSC High Tide this evening. I apologize. We've got Grandad. I don't want to commentate Grandad because I don't know which ship he's flying, but I think I know. And I'm staying over this side. Who have we got up and over here? We've got Zulu. Scooty Puff is still eating quite a lot of damage, but seems to be doing okay. I don't know how we'd be doing in there. The Hamsterberg is just returned off the back of a very successful fight. Probably didn't have a whole lot of time to repair, but doing quite a good job at drawing some fire. It's going to be very interesting to see how much damage they can do to the base itself, or if they're going to have to pick off the defenders one by one. We've got Valiant and Denman. Denman's just chilling, not handing anything out, not taking any fire, waiting for the opportune moment. Let's go and have a look at Jarvi and the Amagi. This is a beautiful, beautiful ship design over here. Jarvi's done a very, very good job. And hopefully we might get a little bit of a replay between Valiant and Typhoon and Jarvi and Amagi. Revenge for the Pomern. That is the clip that you all saw last week of a warship being suplexed into the ocean. Jarvi revealed at the end of the last event that he had rolled on purpose, trying to take Typhoon out of the fight. Valiant responded by cutting the front of the ship off, refloating it, landing it on top of the base, and winning the event. We definitely have a little bit of a grudge match happening here between Valiant and Jarvi. Amagi and Typhoon. Denman's also just chilling out, kind of having a look. Jarvi, what are you doing? He says. How about a missile? No, just one across the bow. Scooty Puff is just engaging all the other targets. Valiant is being forced to split fire between Jarvi and Scooty Puff. Scooty Puff is also firing on a ship that doesn't have a beacon. Please claim your ship. You've got no beacon. Did someone just get ejected? Von, you need to put a beacon on your ship. That's why you got ejected. Scooty Puff is closed in very close to Valiant now. Valiant might be going for ramming too. Electric Boogaloo. Very, very close here. Scooty Puff is just focusing fire on Von's ship, which I think is now being piloted by Red Biscuiteer. But the Nemesis is not looking very healthy. We are seeing quite a bit of debris flying off Von might not be the only imposter ejected from the pilot seat. This game, the Nemesis is now looking quite concave at this point. I don't think there's a whole lot of the ship left. Oh my goodness. And Von and Biscuiteer are not having a bar of it. Denman's also just lobbing a couple of Hail Marys in, and Valiant really has proven once again to be the main problem. Defender, attacker, player of this match. Typhoon is just no match for any other ship in this event either. This is 2 events now that Typhoon has just absolutely dominated. Nemesis is not doing so great, drifting slightly to the side. Scooty Puff needs to get out of there, needs to find somewhere quiet to repair, and the other attackers need to be helping draw fire. Typhoon's just bearing down on Nemesis, trying desperately to take out this second ship of Von and Red Biscuiteer. Denman is just not breaking a sweat right now, and Scooty Puff is like, nah, we're taking him down, we're taking everybody down. Billy's coming in as well, Billy piloting the Beanstar, flying in beneath the meteor there. We've also got Biscuit now just hanging out on the other side of the meteor. We've hopefully got the other attackers doing something about having a bit of a lull, having a bit of a distraction. Hamsterstone is trying to draw some fire, but not doing so crash hot because he's going up against Crazy. Hamster versus Crazy out there. We've got a one-on-one. We've got Typhoon and Valiant and Denman taking on the Nemesis. We've got the Amagi also drawing quite a lot of fire. The defenders are just able to fire in so many different directions at once. The attackers can just not draw enough to get a clear line on the base. As far as I know, no hits have been landed on the meteor so far. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Biscuit and Von are firing from the base itself. Let's have a look at what defensive mechanisms we have here. I think they're in the base. My apologies. We've got some defensive equipment on the door there itself, which I'm wondering if the attackers should be focusing on, or if they're just going to be out here having a little bit of a fight, having a little bit of fisticuffs out here in space today. Typhoon has just decided, no, we'll just eat the damage from Scooty Puff, and we're just going to go after Amagi, Lord Greg, and Hamsterstone. Let's just take on all 3 of them. Yep, Valiant's had enough. He's like, you know what, Scooty Puff, there's not much left of him. He basically looks like a Lego brick at this point. So we're gonna head out and see what other ruffians we could make a meal out of. Billy is eating quite a bit of damage from Amagi and Greg, and Crazy is also getting involved here as well. Typhoon is now coming in. I wonder if to reinstate the grudge match with Amagi. There goes the first salvo, firing towards Jarvi's ship, while also firing off up towards goodness knows, potentially Scooty Puff. I'm not sure where those were supposed to go. Wait for me. Hamsterstone is taking a few pot shots as it sails overhead, and Typhoon's like, who are you? I don't remember you. I have a grudge with this person over here, and just proceeds to eat the damage from the Hamsterberg and continues on towards Jarvi's location. Jarvi doing quite a good job of drawing away the main problem defender. This was an attack. This was a tactic that we saw in the first event that Typhoon and Valiant employed against Jarvi and Pomern, drawing them away from the base, which allowed a little bit of fire to be laid down on the base. Typhoon is just being absolutely lasered by Jarvi. There's so many jokes that I want to make, but they are not good, and Jarvi is gone. I don't know where he went. Hang on a second. Just a moment. Did he explode? Did we just lose the Amagi? No, there he is. Did we go past him? We may have gone past him. I apologize. There we go. Valiant looks like a sniper rifle. It really, really does. I don't know what that is. That is very, very cool. Oh. Is that a jump drive? That's not a jump drive, is it? It's jumping. Thank you. I'm going to head back to the base. Where the main action seems to be taking place. Denman seems to be joining the fight now. That was a jump drive. That was beautiful, yeah. It absolutely was. It was a tactical jump. Draw Typhoon away from the base and then jump so that he loses his target. Let's have a look and let's see what's going on with the base here. Denman's still just kind of scooting around looking for a fight. Doesn't need to find one though. Is absolutely doing okay. We've also got this unnamed ship out here. I don't know who it belongs to. Trading fire with the station, against the station, defending the station. Von is the GOAT and I aspire to reach his level of shitpost, says Lucy. Hamsterstone is retreating. Crazy says, welcome to space. And I wonder if we are now trading fire between Lord Greg and Denman. The doorstop is taking a little bit of fire. Denman doesn't seem to know where it's coming from, or is going after Zulu. Going after Zulu now. Zulu has returned to the fight. Let's go and have a squiz at Redeemer and see how Redeemer's hanging on. Let's have a look at Redeemer here. Redeemer's looking good. Listen to those guns firing off towards Denman, drawing the doorstop into the fight now. Gonna be very, very interesting to see if we can do any damage to the doorstop. It did come in very, very handy in the last event, laying down the majority of the fire that took out the shield surrounding the Soylent Corp base, allowing Valiant and Typhoon to land on top of it, get underneath the base and destroy the beacon, which secured a win for the attacking team last fight. However, Denman is just maneuvering marvelously here, drawing Zulu's fire away from the base lest a sneaky missile get through and draw some fire. Is now taking the majority of the heat. Zulu might have to back up a little bit here. We're seeing some explosions. We're seeing a little bit of smoke. Hopefully we don't start seeing some debris. Denman is doing a very good job of drawing him away again, as well as staying just out of reach, really minimizing that accuracy that we've got from Zulu. Billy's hanging around being a little annoying in this fight, which is what we want to see. We need Zulu, we need Redeemer to be feeling a little overwhelmed. We want to see some split focus. Billy's just chilling out, the Beanstar just zooming around just a couple of kilometers away, a couple of 100 meters away, sorry, I apologize. It's all space and it is hard to stay focused. We've got Redeemer versus the doorstop with Valiant and Typhoon coming in to support Denman and Valiant, teammates to the end. I think we are drawing fire from another source, but I can't put my finger on where it's coming from. Amagi joining the fight. Typhoon and Amagi did have their little slap fight out there, and Amagi's come back in like, no, leave Redeemer alone. Leave Redeemer alone. He did nothing wrong. He's redeemed. Don't worry about him. Amagi now coming in and around, serving some lasers to Typhoon. Oh my gosh, here we go. Trading a lot of fire between these two now. It's personal. Check out this. That is a beautiful shot. That is a grudge for the ages. That is Valiant piloting Typhoon. Jarvi in his newly reborn ship, Amagi. And Typhoon has returned to space where it was always supposed to be, and not on the bottom of the ocean. And that is just a solid beam of fire between the two of them. There we go. That is a very cool shot of the two of them just having it out. And it looks like Amagi is going to jump again. It's leaving this combat space. We've got another ship coming in to provide support, and there goes Amagi. Once again, Valiant and Typhoon have been left targetless. I'm wondering if Jarvi has been maneuvering them. There we go. Denman comes in with the doorstop. Very interesting to see Jarvi utilizing the mechanics that space allows. I have not seen anyone jump. I might be wrong, but I don't know if anyone else has a jump drive. So we will see if that comes into play later. All of the defenders have been drawn quite a way away. We've only got Von and Biscuit. We've got Valiant versus Amagi. We've got Valiant and Denman versus Jarvi. Once again, Jarvi's jumping across the map, just being very frustrating, but drawing them so far away from the target that they're supposed to be defending. And it would be really, really interesting to see some other attackers, maybe Greg, maybe the Hamsterberg coming in. Zulu is also sneaking around the side here, maybe coming in. I mean, on that note, I haven't seen Granddad for a while. The name of a player, not just my grandfather. That's weird. Granddad Gamer is somewhere flying around the map. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, the unnamed mystery pirate ship is slowly sinking to the sky, but is definitely trying it on with Redeemer. Trading some fire back and forth here. Getting shredded, but still firing. It might be AI? Do we have an AI ship as well? But still causing a little bit of... Yeah, they are definitely getting smacked. Still causing some issues for Redeemer, who is also now attracting fire. Here, there goes Valiant. There goes Valiant and Typhoon heading across the map. I think everyone is losing the GPS coordinates and has to be reminded. Here we go. Here goes Crazy and Valiant coming up against Zulu in the Redeemer. Denman's also getting involved. The Redeemer taking quite a lot of hits now. The Crazy in the Space's Destiny, it looks to have gone for ramming speed and has missed. We've got evasive maneuvers from Zulu coming up here, attracting fire from 3 of the defenders now. Zulu doing a lot of work, keeping the heat off the base and off the other attackers, who hopefully are making the most. Zulu's gonna jump! Zulu's gotta jump! I think we've got a second ship with a jump drive, which we haven't. There he goes! There he goes. That's beautiful. How many of the attacking ships have jump drives? There we go. We've now seen a second attacking ship with a jump drive. Is making me wonder if the attackers are coordinating and jumping away from base after luring the defenders from the space station. However, we are not seeing any attackers make the most of that distraction and coming in and laying down some fire on the Blue Sun space station. This is the target that they have to destroy. They have an hour and 26 minutes in which to do it, and I have not seen more than a few hits on the Blue Sun space station as Biscuit, Von, and Bean, I think, Billy, sorry, chill out inside and wonder what's going on out there. Denman versus Amagi, Valiant versus Amagi. They must be getting pretty frustrated with the, they must be getting pretty frustrated with the jump drives by now. So let's go over and have a look at this fight and see if we can get another jump close up. Amagi, a very small target against the looming dark background of space. Just chilling out. Here we go. We're going in for a jump. We are going in for a jump. Amagi is going to disappear again. But where to, we don't know. Off he goes. There we go. There we go. The defender's probably feeling a little frustrated right now. Jarvis also engaging crazy. Just a lot of, there seems to be a lot of testing the waters between each other now. That would be very interesting, Gravity. That would be very interesting. In fact, I do believe, and keep this from the defenders, I do believe a vehicle of just that make may be in play at some point. Zulu is having a go at this ship, which has been left. We don't know whose ship it is. We don't know what it's called. We're just going to call it the Mystery. We're just going to call it, let's call it the Enigma. Let's call it the Enigma, because I don't know where it's from. It's got no name, and I don't know who it belongs to. I did pick up my drink. I have put it down again, because I'm seeing Zulu laying down some fire on the base. That's got to make the defenders a little bit nervous. Biscuit and Von probably getting a little toasty in there now. Hey, who turned up the heat? It's Zulu and Redeemer taking on the heat from Enigma. We've got Valiant and Denman coming in. They see that they've been lured away from their defensive target. Denman and the doorstop are not having a bar of it. Valiant's still too far away to be trading fire. Zulu's taking some hits, but Zulu's also laying down some hits. The attackers have got to be feeling pretty good about this. They did finally get some hits there on the space station, and Von and Biscuit probably feeling a little nervous right now. Enigma laying down some laser fire on Redeemer as it jumps to safety and out of the heat of battle. That was very exciting. Denman is looking a little warm, and not just in his usual fashion. We do see some smoke, we do see some sparks. Zenman might have some work to do. Not sure where that damage was picked up. I may have missed an engagement or two. You really like those jump drives, says Valiant. I knew it. I knew the defenders were going to be getting frustrated with the implementation of jump drives that we did not see in the first event. And I'm very curious to see them now. Amagi taking on Enigma doesn't know that it might not be piloted. I don't think Enigma might not have much left in it at this point. Keep running, says Valiant. Keep running, says Valiant. They're not happy. Typhoon not feeling it. Typhoon is not feeling it. Zulu just owns it. Just running and jumping and making use of the mechanics that we have in this new territory, in this space. We do have a whole bunch of new things that we can do. Valiant and Typhoon once again taking on Amagi and Jarvi, laying down hits while they can until Amagi employs its jump drives. Let's see if Jarvi is going to be as frustrating as he is in every other game that we've ever played. There goes the jump drives. Amagi's powering up, preparing to jump to safety. Typhoon has disengaged, not interested in dealing with something that he can only get a couple of hits on before disappearing off the map. However, has jumped more into engagement, just jumped right into the middle of Denman and the base and Crazy and Typhoon. Amagi has made a little bit of an error in judgment here, I do believe, but Greg is closing in. Greg has joined the fight in the UNSC High Tide. Look at this beautiful ship is now taking on the enemy signals over there as Grandad joins the fight. Let's have a look at which ship Grandad has brought to the fight. It looks to be the Disco Bicky. The Disco Bicky has engaged Enigma, flying past, making its debut on the battlefield. The space station and the doorstop seems to be taking on the Disco Bicky. This glorious pink contraption as Von has joined Crazy, it looks like. Von running around the ship over there. We could see him Crazy in the Space's Destiny, just chilling out, providing quite great support. Well done. There is sound, but because we are in space, it's going to be slightly hard until we get close to an engagement. Then you're going to hear some explosions. We've got the dildo Sagans currently engaging with the Space's Destiny and Valiant and Typhoon. Seems to see, I can't cast this. No, we can do it. We can do this. Yep, the Sagan's taken quite a lot of heat at this point from all of the defenders. All of the defenders are just as offended as I am at this ship's presence on the battlefield, and no way, they are heating up the dildo Sagans. They're not having a bar of it. They are going to take it out of the fight. Hopefully the attackers are seeing that they do have an in right now, and they could be laying down some fire from the other side. However, they're probably all hoping that their cooldowns on their jump drives hurry up a little bit. We've also got Jarvi and the Amagi drawing some fire. This is a big engagement here. This is a big engagement. And I need to take a breath. We've also got the Enigma still being a pain in the ass. Valiant and Typhoon taking some big hits now. Dildo Sagan providing support to Jarvi and the Amagi in their grudge match. But Crazy is also being a fantastic team member, laying down the support for Typhoon. We've got Denman over here in the doorstop, also taking some heat from Amagi, Enigma as well as the base. This is a very large... This is a multi-pronged engagement here. I'm guessing we're going to see the Amagi's jump drives spooling up soon. Jarvi's just laying down the laser fire, not letting any of them have an easy moment here. I'm actually really surprised he hasn't jumped. Dildo Sagan's taking all the heat now from Enigma, the Doorstop, and Typhoon, and Space's Destiny as well. It's the closest ship to the asteroid. I'm not 100% sure if Grandad is currently piloting it. We did see Disco Bicky fly through the screen before, so I do believe that is where he is currently piloting from. Amagi is just laying down the heat on Enigma, trying to take that ship out. Denman is firing at both Dildo Sagans and the Amagi right now, but is also taking a lot of heat from Jarvi. I'm going to have to turn my HUDs back on as the rest of the attackers rejoin the fight. Here comes Grandad Gamer in the Disco Bicky. We've got Zulu in the Redeemer, and we've also got Lord Greg hanging out there in the UNSC High Tide, hopefully going to join the engagement soon. We've got a big fight here. Denman caught in the crossfire. Valiant caught in the crossfire, also taking heat onto the base. We've also... The Dildo Sagans is doing the most damage I've seen anyone do to the base at this entire fight. Crazy is trying to engage with it a little more, but is taking heat from Zulu on the other side, as well as Valiant also getting engaged with the Disco Bicky as well. The base is trying to take some stuff out, trying to fend them off, but that ship is doing so stupidly well, and oh my gosh, he's getting so, I'm not saying it, I'm gonna get demonetized. I'm gonna get demonetized, chat, if I comment on Grandad's ship that's doing really frustratingly well. Anyway, let's check out the Disco Bicky. Let's see what we've got going on here from Grandad Gamer. This thing truly is a travesty. Unfortunately, the travesty is doing quite well, firing up and at, I think this is Enigma at the moment, the ship with no beacon or owner as far as we can tell. Crazy is doing quite well. The Space's Destiny does still seem to be in one piece. We do see quite a few sparks and heat coming off of it though, attracting quite a bit of attention from Jarvi and Amagi. Zulu hanging out over the side there. It'd be really interesting to see Greg getting involved soon, but also might be playing a bit of a long-term strategy game here. We've got a three-way fight between Grandad Gamer and the Disco Bicky, Denman in the Doorstop, Jarvi in the Amagi, firing on Enigma. I wonder if Enigma has finally been taken out of the fight. Denman versus Jarvi now. Jarvi does seem to be in pursuit of the Doorstop, hence why he hasn't jumped again, I don't think. Greg now getting involved with the UNSC High Tide. Amagi laying down some lasers onto the Doorstop. We've got some massive explosions from the Doorstop here. This was the ship that lasted through the entire first event. Does seem to be drifting through space now. Denman's going to be feeling the heat a little bit as a couple of lasers are laid down, and Denman is like, no, this Doorstop is not going down without a fight. We are still firing. We are still going to be trying to take on Zulu. All right, let's have a squeeze at what's going on now. That's a very close engagement. That is a very close engagement between Crazy and Jarvi. Just getting a little too close for comfort there. There we go. That was the closest we've seen them pass in space. I thought we might have another Typhoon Valiant move there, but it seems to be all good. Zulu's still putting up a hell of a fight. The Redeemer has taken so much heat, so much fire. Why is the server going to restart in 15 minutes? Meanwhile, the Dildo Sagans now has a completely uninterrupted run at the space station here, just laying down the heat. We've got Denman, Biscuiteer, and Billy inside. I think, Denman, what happened to the Doorstop? Where is the Doorstop? Oh no, my favorite! I think, where's my favorite ship? Oh, how have I managed to lose it? Is that Von chasing the Dildo Sagans? That is never a sentence I wanted to say ever. We've got Greg also in the UNSC High Tide laying down some fire. It looks like the defenders, are quite scattered now, and the attackers do have a little bit of free reign. Let's see how they go. Are they making any progress they are making progress into the asteroid. Biscuit is feeling the heat. Biscuit, what are you doing? Biscuit, you're gonna, yeah, Biscuit. Biscuit. They're trying to take out the defensive equipment. Biscuit is probably down there with a welder actually trying to keep it repaired. A very smart maneuver, however, he is playing a very warm game. That's a very warm game you're playing there, Biscuit. You are about to be a Pop-Tart in the microwave. That is not going to work for you there, my darling. I'd be so very nervous if I was Biscuit right now because the attackers know where they're aiming. They're taking out the defensive equipment on the space station. Red Biscuiteer is down there with his welder doing his best to try and keep that equipment repaired. But it's one little Biscuit up against spaceships. Spaceships. Jarvie and the Amagi also laying down the heat now. The attackers are on the wrong side of the beacon. It's Biscuit versus the Amagi and the Disco Bicky. They are laying down a lot of fire on this defensive equipment. There goes Billy. Billy, no. Hopefully we get Billy back. We've got some rockets being fired out. They can't make it past this absolutely insane battalion of lasers here. The Amagi looking super threatening right now. Check this out. Check this out. This is Jarvie's ship, the Amagi. Here comes the Disco Bicky, piloted by Grandad Gamer, the inventor of the Dildo Sagans. They are just laying down the heat. They're going to be firing into the asteroid very soon. Disco Bicky getting pretty close to the asteroid. We might have to go and check that out. Laying down some rockets, trying to get into the meat of the space station. Soylent Corp is mad. Soylent Corp is angry, and they are taking out the Blue Sun's space station in revenge for their top secret recipe being destroyed last event. It looks like we've also got the Hamsterberg in the Hamagi. Sorry, this is the Hamagi. Hamster has rejoined the fight in the copy of Amagi. We've got Hamster in the Hamagi. We've got Jarvie in the Amagi. We've got Lord Greg in the UNSC High Tide. We've got the Disco Bicky. And here comes Scooty Puff. Here comes Scooty Puff in the Nemesis, I do believe. Maybe potentially. No, Scooty Puff is just chilling. Also feeling a little toasty. Here comes Zulu in the Redeemer. We've got a lot of attackers and no defenders anywhere to be seen. This could be over very, very quickly. We've got a lot of laser fire heading into the middle of the meteor hit now. This could be a win for Soylent Corp. This could be a win for our Earth team here. I don't know if there's any defenders left. I don't know what happened to Typhoon and Valiant. I apologize if I actually missed that engagement. I apologize. We've got Valiant. We've got Valiant in Typhoon making a last-ditch attempt to save the base. He's going after who? Going after who? Doesn't know who is who. Going after the Hamagi, thinking it's Amagi. Are we going to go for a ram? Oh, we're just going to scoot underneath the Hamagi. Wondering if he knows that that is not Jarvie. That would be very, very curious. Just cruising on past, drawing fire, drawing the heat. The attackers, are not concerned. There are more of them than there are of Typhoon. Valiant got to be feeling the heat, but props to Valiant fighting to the very end. Here we go, heading out into space, turning around. Wonder if he's going to lay down the fire now. Who's he going to target? Also taking a lot of heat, but the attackers are just laying down the lasers on the base. I think the doorstop has been destroyed. I think everything has been destroyed except for Typhoon. We saw Space's Destiny chilling out in space. We've watched Liability go down. Typhoon now taking some heavy, heavy hits. Well done, Valiant. You know you were the crowd favorite, my guy. You know, and that is a victory you can take with you to the end. The Diggin' Chicken is en route. I repeat, the Diggin' Chicken is en route. So those of you who suggested a miner before, I did suggest that one might be en route to the map. I don't know where the Diggin' Chicken is though. If we could get a bead on it, I'd like to get some looks at it, but we might not need it. We accept your surrender, says Denman. Denman, who I think is inside the asteroid, probably feeling pretty toasty right now, minus the doorstop. So we might see how this goes. The Diggin' Chicken will make short work of the asteroid, though. It is designed to mine. I don't know where it is. We've got Zulu, we've got Grandad Gamer, we've got Amagi and Hamagi just laying it down, just chilling. I do believe that Jarvie has just left Amagi as is, just firing unimpeded. We've got Lord Greg and the UNSC High Tide just chilling and providing support from the back. Looks like Valiant and Typhoon still put up a fight. Look, you gotta respect it. You've got to respect it. Look at the fire. Look at the fire Typhoon is taking right now and just not backing down. Not backing down, just handing it back, not having a bar of it. Scooty Puff just chilling out further out there with the Nemesis. We've got Zulu, we've got Grandad Gamer in the Disco Bicky. The Diggin' Chicken was beaconless indeed. We had to find Jarvie coming in to make short work of this asteroid. Now we have a dedicated miner, but we might not need it. That is a very hollow looking asteroid there, completely eviscerated by the attacking team. Incoming, the Diggin' Chicken This could be very interesting. Here we go. We do love the Typhoon, though. The Typhoon has always been a crowd favorite ever since it ended up on the bottom of the ocean. I do believe it was probably the implementation of jump drives that might have been the defenders' undoing. They were not expecting that, and it was a very interesting tactic. I'm not 100% sure how the defenders would have implemented it themselves, or if it would have held much value for them, but definitely seeing the attackers flit around, be very annoying in combat, changing the landscape of combat constantly, was a very interesting tactic employed by them. And I would have loved to have been in part of their comms. The Diggin' Chicken has carved out a massive chunk of it. However, the rest of the team seem to be doing the majority of the destruction. Let's sail in here and have a look. Von is ready with his gun. Von is ready for whatever comes. He's just here in the battle zone. Von, we're all cheering for you. Woo! Go, Von! We believe in you. No, don't move. I can't move very easily in spectator cam. But I think this is the base that we are destroying. It is absolutely insane in here. It is like a disco that you just do not want to be in. There's no one home, says Denman. There's no one home. And they're just ripping this base apart. Look, oh my god, that's an explosion. Billy is just fleeing now. Denman's just hanging on. Von running around. Biscuit has accepted fate, just sitting put. This is indeed a disco inferno. And then, no, we're squished. We're not squished. We're not squished. I panicked slightly. We're okay. We are partaking in the destruction of the Blue Sun's base by sitting in it. It's not looking good, and I do believe we can probably call this a win for the attackers right now. I don't know who's going to call it. I don't know who's going to call it or when, but Typhoon, I'm guessing, is still out there, still causing issues. And you know what? I do believe it is quite the achievement for Valiant and Typhoon to come through this. The attackers are focusing solely on destroying the base now, but Valiant remains. Valiant remains. We've got the end of the universe incoming. Valiant, I do believe, has hoofed it, actually. Oh, this is a sad sight. Valiant, what's going on? Oh, it's our favorite. No! Listen to it. Just falling to pieces. Valiant drifting with it. He's going to be running out of oxygen soon. So long. And Godspeed, Valiant and Typhoon. She's adrift. She's adrift. Let's go and participate in the destruction of the space station. That was 1 hour and 14 minutes. Weirdly, the same time, I think, as the last event as well. Lovely. It was gorgeous, Penguin. Absolutely beautiful ship. One of my favorites. Definitely a crowd favorite. Was responsible for the suplex of the Pomern in the last event. So we had some very interesting personal grudge matches between Valiant and Jarvi, with the Amagi and Typhoon going head to head. Valiant says GG as always, the most gracious team member of ZSU. Jarvi and Grandad also replying, Denman acknowledging it, and we are just finishing this event by ramming the dildo Sagans deeply into the asteroid. Well done, everybody. That is a win for the attacking team. Congratulations to everyone who competed. Your ship designs were beautiful. Your comms must have been very impressive. The tactics, incredibly enthralling to watch. Extremely thrilling to watch. Well done, everyone. And thank you very much for supplying us with entertainment on this Friday night. If you are new here, congratulations, you just watched your first ZSU Space Engineers PvP event. These are going to be held more and more of, so we're going to make sure that we share the Discord server link that you're going to need to get involved in the next one if you're feeling the space nerds itch.
Oh, no, you were standing in the Soylent station the whole time.
Oh, was I?
Yes.
Oh, that's why my suit was... Okay, there we go.